Heavy rain lashes against the window, thunder screaming in the sky. I was midnight the 19th and was curled under her blanket, but the loud crash of thunder make her snap open as she slowly opened her eyes. She steps out of her room and pads down the hallway. She notices the kitchen lights are on. As she enters the kitchen, her eyes widen slightly. JK is already here. He's shirtless, is brought back to her. He was making sandwiches for him. She finds herself staring his bare back for a moment, her gaze following the lines of his shoulders down to his waist. The faint sound of her footsteps make him turn to her. His eyes meet hers. And walk to the fridge and bends down to grab a bottle. JK gaze unconsciously drift from her bare feet up to her lower waist. He quickly look away and focus on his food. She twist open the bottle and take a sip from it. But her eyes betray her. She can't stop herself to stare to his back. Suddenly, he turned to her and quickly looks away. Until now, and JK and only exchanged the occasional hello. This was the first real conversation between them. And it felt awkward, her shy nature making every work heavier. Her cheek heat instantly. She looked down and wishing she hadn't made it so obvious. Inside she scolds herself. JK nods casually, but before she can stand, a deafening clap of thunder shakes the room. The large window glass rattles violently and crack under the pressure until shards fall to the floor. And gasp and flinch hard, her whole body trembling. JK immediately stands, he crossing to her side. Why? And swallow hard, a nervousness run in her chest. She's still uneasy, but the storm outside is loud and the broken window makes the cold air sharper. Finally, she lies down on one side of bed. The wind coming through the broken glass and curtain of the room billowing. JK pulls the sheet over her hand, then lies down on his side, keeping a respectful distance. An hour passes. Jungkook had turned onto his side, his breathing slow and steady as he sleeps. But In's face is looking tense, her brows furrowed even she was sleeping. Her body shifted restlessly as though caught in a bad dream. Unintentionally, Jake's hand brushed lightly against her stomach. The touch jolts her awake. She gasps hard and suddenly she sat up on bed. JK stirs at the sound. Immediately he opens his eyes. Without hesitation he switches on the side lamp. It's warm light, cutting through the dimness, and then JK says, JK listening her with fully attention, not interrupting. The storm outside the mansion has slowly quieted now, but now the storm is inside An's heart. He let her keep his hand there. Watching her close her eyes again, he stares at the ceiling for a moment, he trying to ignore the unwanted thought in his head. He watches as she opens the back door of a black car and slides into the seat. The driver starts the engine, pulling out of the mansion gates. Suddenly a sharp two cars swerve into view, speeding after N's car. JK's eyes widen. Ahead N's car is boxed in, one vehicle on each side. Jake's jaw tightens. He leans out of his window. G to precise sheds. At the front, cars tries screaming, metal and smoke fill the air. Without slowing, JK speed up, cutting in front of N's car before braking hard. He leaps out, his G and still in his hand, and storms toward the rival's car. His sudden fearless attack sent them Retreating fast, they disappeared down the road. JK step out and move to other side to open her door. She hesitates before stepping down, scanning the place. Why? And exhale, breathe the tension on her face loosening just slightly, but the fear in her eyes hasn't completely faded. Now that JK and YN have made it this far, will they truly be safe here? And what will happen between them when they're left all alone? JK tightly hold YN's wrist as if he would never let her slip away. Every time he touched her, every time he pulled her close, YN's stomach twisted strangely, an unknown warmth feeling inside her. She tried to ignore it, but it was impossible. She quickly walked inside the low-light room. Her hands shook slightly as she searched the drawers for the first aid kit. JK followed her silently, his heavy footsteps making her more nervous. YN knelt in front of him, her fingers brushing against his hand as she took his wounded hand into her. Jake's gaze was soft, his sharp Mafia mask slipping for just a moment. He breath hitched as their eyes meet, his eyes dark but soft at the same time, his expression are unreadable. YN quickly lower her gaze, forcing herself to focus. She picking up the cotton, then dabbed in gently on his wound. But in his eyes there was something he couldn't hide. The comfort of having her so close. YN carefully finished and wrapping the bandages on JK's injured hand. Just as she was about to pull away, JK's finger moved gently, and he stuck her hair on the back of her ear, that falling on her face. Her cheeks instantly turned pink. She quickly looked away and stood up. She carried the kit back to its place, her heart beating faster than ever. From the corner of his eyes, JK smirk, amused by her reaction. YN steps out of the bathroom. Now she replaced her college uniform with homey clothes. She quietly sat on the bed and hugging her knees for a moment, she trying to calm her restless heart. JK entered behind her and he loosened his tie, then he bent down to untie his shoes. While doing it, his eyes were on YN. His eyes never left her. JK froze for a sec. He's staring at her innocent face, her lips, and her teary-numb eyes. He sighed deeply and walked closer to her until he stood right in front of her. For a moment, JK only looked at her, his dark eyes unreadable. Then his expression changed, and he gave a faint smile. On the other side, JK lay still, watching her for a sec before turning his face. A strange warmth began to grow between them. In the middle of night, JK sleeping peacefully, but YN not sleep yet. Her eyes open and the fear in her eyes sees clearly. She tried to sleep no matter how much she tried, but sleep wouldn't come. Her gaze shifted to the other side of bed. JK was sleeping, his face calm. YN hesitate and take his hand. She brushing her finger against his hand and then held it tightly closer to her chest. Slowly, she inched closer to him, her voice seeking the safety she had longed for all evening. YN froze for a moment. Then her heart melted. His chest rose and fell steadily, his warm breath brushing against her lips. Her face was now so close to his. their noses almost touching. Y ends heart racing as their breath mixing, becoming one rhythm in the silence of the night. Y and blink her eyes, and the tension or the connection between them pulling them closer to each other without words. He's slowly and slowly leaning again to her face. On the other side, JK lay his face up at the ceiling, his eyes open, in the dark, and heavy with guilt. Heavy with the feeling he was trying so hard to suppress.